All right, all right. Social friends, family members, co-workers, and people that we don't know as well as we should. And somehow magically, mystically, as Benson Boone would say, ha ha ha, you have showed up in today's live stream of Buying That House. And as I know, my guest today is getting ready in the back room, in the green room, to show up for me, to show up for you. I wanted to simply say, you guys are going to have some fun with me today and my guests, because we're going to get into a short conversation where Xavier, that's his first name, Xavier and I will kind of open up the Pandora's box and drop a lot of valuable information, a lot of secret nuggets that you probably want to know when you may be thinking about buying that house that you have looked at online, or buying that house that you're like, this is it. Who can help me get to the next steps and get to the outcome that I want? So before I add Xavier into today's conversation, let me give him a nice round of applause from his fan base, the people that love him, and of course, the clients that have benefited from his help. So fan base, clients, and your friends, Xavier, here we go. They're giving you a nice round of applause. Yes. Yes. Like that guy is saying. Yes. Xavier. All right. All right. All right. Hola, Xavier.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. You?
Very good. Very good. Thank you for having me here today.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. And I appreciate you sharing just a little bit of your time on this busy Tuesday afternoon to show up for me, to show up for your friends, and our mutual network of virtual friends. Okay?
Yes,
All
definitely.
right. So why don't you start off with a simple introduction as to who you are, what you like to do when you're not helping people buy that house.
Well, my name is Xavier Herrera. I been in real estate since 2004, on and off. I seen pretty much uh, a lot through the years. Up and downs on the market. I live on the north side of Chicago, Avondale.
Yep.
I I love soccer. I used to
You
play.
love soccer. Love it.
I used to play more when I was younger,
Is that
and
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but not anymore. You know, not anymore. Really.
Maybe you're coaching the young soccer
I
players. Is that
no, I used to coach. I used to coach my kids. I used to coach in the school, and I used to coach some soccer teams. But
okay?
I play for fun now. Sometimes here
Okay.
and there in the summer and in the winter. And yeah, when I'm not doing real estate, I will say I like to go with my wife. We go out to, you know, um, improv shows or like comedy shows. We like to, just go out and spend some quality time together. Um, I'm also, um, just hang out with the family and, you know, take a nice walk. So I have a dog. So,
Ah, yeah,
just simple things to chill out and relax, I will say.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me warm you up by uh, by sharing this with you. Do you know, Xavier, what the game of soccer and the business of real estate share in common? Do you know what that might be? Think about it.
I will say a lot of guidelines in the game. A lot of
Okay,
yeah.
that is true. Let me help you out. The game of soccer and the business of real estate share one thing in common. It's called, drum roll, teamwork.
Yes.
Right? It absolutely requires teamwork because when you may be representing, Xavier, buyers, you are focused on protecting the best interests of the buyers, helping them work through the next steps to get to the outcome, and that would be getting the keys to either their first home or their next home. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. And with you quarterbacking the buyer, you need to work with the other team members involved in that transaction. That would be someone like myself, a mortgage professional. It would be the other service providers like attorneys, home inspectors. And don't forget, we have to work with the seller side, the seller's broker,
Right. Right.
right? So
It's a whole team involved in that.
that's right.
A lot of people don't see that. They see
That
us as just uh the real the realtor, real estate person. Then it comes in, sign the contract later. Here's the key, and that's it.
right.
They don't
That's
see what we go through.
that's
Sometimes it
right.
takes
That's right.
months. It takes
Yes.
months for one deal. No.
Well, sometimes it may not take months, plural. Sometimes it takes 3 weeks. But you know what? You and I know this. We can only go as fast as our clients are ready to go. So if some clients need to work at a slow pace, we work at that pace. The other clients that need it done quickly, we shift into fifth gear and then we drive a whole lot faster, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I want to now put you in the hot seat and ask this question, Xavier. This is where you and I know, this is where you and I are going to share the truth behind what we do. And I'm going to ask you this question. What do you wish? What do you wish buyers would and should know when they are starting their journey with you?
What they should know.
Yeah. What should they know? Should they know that you're going to be cradling them through each and every step of the way? Um,
I mean, if we what they should know, like what I'm gonna do for them is
yes.
I am going to be there for them no matter what.
Well, I love that.
The beginning to the end. And then no matter what,
Yep.
I'm going to be there and I'm going to do whatever it takes to help them get that house.
Yep.
You know, obviously, you know, like you said before, working as a team because they are now become part of a team.
Yes.
So they also have to participate
Right.
and be part of that team. So if they allow me to help them and we will get there and but going back to that is they I want them to know is that no matter what and if we start the process and for some reason, that's not the house, oh, I didn't like that, or the
Right.
inspection didn't go through, or there's something that came up and now we have to start over,
Right.
we start over.
Yeah,
It's a new one, forget about that one, let's move to the next one.
that's right.
And with the same energy, being positive, I'm gonna get you that to the next house.
Yep. Yep.
So,
I
yeah,
completely agree with you. Um, Given what you do, when and where I partner with you, moving our buyer clients through their journey through our process, we are there to serve them. Now, one thing I know about you, and of course, here and there, I make a small attempt to practice my ability to speak Spanish. So what I know is you're bilingual, correct?
correct. Sí,
All right. Now,
hablo español también.
sí, sí, sí. Yo hablo un poco de español. So, Xavier, do you know what your culture, the Hispanic Spanish culture, share with my culture, the Asian or Chinese culture? What do you think that might be?
We like rice.
Sí, sí. Me gusta arroz. Sí, sí. Yes, we do love rice. My culture, we love rice so much where it's almost like eating bread with
Yeah.
Caucasians.
Right.
Okay, but I'm getting to something here. Do you know what your culture and my culture also really, really love? You ready for the two words? I'll help you.
Yes.
Real estate. Right? Let's not forget.
Yeah.
They love real estate. Your culture and my culture, they love real estate. All right. So I'm going to grab the baton from you now. I'm going to share from my perspective what I want and I hope buyers would and should know. You ready to hear this?
Yes.
All right. So, buyers, yes, I'm calling on you, buyer, or you, buyer. And what you are wondering, yes, like this beautiful woman, what you're wondering that I'm about to drop in front of you that you should know as a buyer is this. I'm going to say it crystal clear and very candid. All lenders, all mortgage professionals are not, I repeat, not created equal. While we all have access to the same playbook, just like in the game of soccer, the business of football, the business of basketball, any other team sport, the success always boils down to the teamwork amongst that group of people and how tight they are, how in concert they are with communication, calling the play, executing the play, and then having each other's back. Would you agree to that?
You're right. Yes.
Yeah. So, audience members, yes, I am calling all of you out, whether you are like this guy, a first-time home buyer, or like this woman who is selling to buy her next home. I say it again. All lenders are not created equal. What is most important and should be for you as a buyer is getting the best terms of financing when you need to use other people's money, when you need to borrow money through a mortgage. And here's the last and most important thing. You need to make sure that your chosen team members, that would be Xavier and myself, are giving you the attention that you deserve. Do you agree?
Right. Yes. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right on, brother. All right, let's now move the conversation to something else that's important in our business where teamwork is so important. Where do you think, Xavier, from your past client relationships, from your past transactions selling and or buying real estate, where do you think most clients kind of like make some simple mistakes? Where might those mistakes be?
Uh, I will say education.
Education, yes.
I mean, but I'm talking about real estate education.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
the people think that, you know, oh, I'm not gonna have an inspection because my brother is he knows construction, so I
Yeah.
don't, you know,
Right.
you know, uh, my cousin just bought a house and my house looks like the same, so
Yeah.
therefore I don't need this. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this repair.
Right.
Um, you know, so things like that, and people think, you know, that um, because of that, they're just like, okay, I don't need that, you know.
Yeah.
So, oh, I just need to do, uh, I don't need to do give, you know, 5% because, you know, my neighbor just bought a house.
Right.
Why do I have to give, you know, 10%?
Right.
He only gave five.
Right.
Every case is different. Everything is different,
That's right.
and sometimes people don't like, and then, you know, sometimes people don't understand that part, and then they're
Right.
like, you know, think that we are, you know, not trying to help them, and
Yeah. I know.
the opposite, we are
Yeah.
trying to help you, you know,
Yes.
because every case is different.
Absolutely.
And
I
I think
I
that's
completely agree with you. And I even say it this way, Xavier. Um, you, as the buyer who have committed to Xavier and myself to work with you through your journey of buying your first home or your next home, you're buying a specific home that is different from your friend, family member, uncle, parent. That's a fact. Fact number two, your financial situation is likely different from the same people, friend, family member, parent, uncle. So I agree with you. I think this is where, in the business that we're in, as service providers, providing a service based on our successes, based on our experience, the client, the buyer needs to be open minded to realize that a large part of what we do is educating them. If they're straying off the right track, we try to pull them back onto the right track. And when there are questions or concerns, you said it, brother. We are always there to pick up the phone, address the concern, answer the questions. And sometimes, more times than not, if we need to do that not once, twice, three times, we're there to do that.
that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
no matter what, we'll always be there, you know, to guide them through it, because
Yeah.
this is a big step, you know. Even sometimes, you know, people say, oh, this is my second house, this is my third investment, you know, I know, you know, I know I done this before.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not
Yeah. It's different.
it's not the same, you know. Guidelines change, mortgage, you know, uh change, you know, sometimes is different,
Yeah.
structure of the file, you know, different guidelines that change, you know, for the lenders. And you know, and that's sometimes when, you know, people that done it, like, you know, something like 10 years ago, they're like, oh yeah, I bought my house. And I said, when? Oh, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And well, the guidelines change now. You have
Yeah.
to do this, and there are people like, well, no, but I did it this way. Yeah, that's 10 years ago.
That's true.
You know, and then people sometimes they're like, oh, you know, they need to sit down with an expert like you to, you know, go over those new guidelines. And when they see it, then they're like, oh, yeah, okay, okay,
Right. Right.
we need to do this now.
Yeah.
So that's that's something that people needs to uh I will say I don't want to say understand, because they just need to educate themselves
Mhm.
and to know better, to go into uh, a process,
Yep.
and to have the knowledge of everything that is happening, so they can make a smart decision.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Xavier, as we wrap up, I want to ask you this question. Do you see right now that there are renters, people who continue to rent properties because they fear the commitment of owning a property with a mortgage? Do you see a fraction of people leaning that way?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I see that people are, you know, I don't want to say like scared, but they they actually like don't want to deal with that, you know, and they're like, oh, I wanted to, rent because they feel more comfortable that way,
Yep.
or they don't know the process.
True.
they they don't understand that, oh, look, you can be paying this much, but now you own a house. And then
That's right.
they're like, oh wow, really, I can do that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, they don't know that that's actually possible. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I should have done this 5 years ago, but
You know, Xavier, I don't know how to say it close to perfect in Spanish, but in real life, there's that cliche, there's that saying, if we all could look backwards, it's easy to pick apart what we all should be doing, right?
right,
Right.
totally, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I should have done this. I should have, like, no, of course. I know I should have done so many things before, but there's nothing I can do besides, uh, doing what is, better for me moving on in the future. I can't do anything about what, a lot of things, happened
Absolutely.
in the past.
Yeah.
So there's there's nothing that I can do. So
Yeah.
I
So,
can only do is like moving forward. And that's
yeah.
what I tell my clients. You can be, you're gonna go crazy
Yeah.
thinking about, I should have, like, done this, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I should have done last year. No, it's just like you're doing it. You did it now, and that's
Yeah.
what counts. Congratulations, and let's move forward.
Yeah.
That's
Let's move forward, be open-minded to ask us for help. Now, as I wrap up, I'm going to drop something in front of you that I don't think you know about and from me. So here we go. For those forever renters, okay? For those people who are forever renting, there is a solution for them, even when they may be fearful, not ready, or simply cannot get traditional financing today to own their first home. And the reason why I can bring this up is because from me and the company, my company that supports my business, we offer a rent to own solution. And this rent to own solution is perfect for those renters who are transitioning from being an employee at a large company like Amazon. And now they are starting creating their own self-employed business. So this rent to own solution can be a path forward for them. The other would be, and this is kind of common within your culture, if they have what is called an ITIN number, where it's difficult. There's a lot of speed bumps and a lot of roadblocks for ITIN individuals to be able to source mortgage financing with decent terms. So this is a solution, like I said, that is available to these renters, where they simply need to benefit from the ability to rent a property with the exclusive option to own it. And as they are committing to that monthly rent payment, a fraction of that rent is being pushed aside as their equity in the property, so that when they decide, Bill, Xavier, I'm ready now to take ownership of this property under this rent to own program, we then help them do that. The equity that has been accumulating becomes their contribution into the purchase and our sale of the property to them. So as I wrap up, Xavier, think about who can benefit from this. Why? Because together, working as a team, just like in the game of soccer, certainly like in the business or real estate, working together, we can apply our energy, our smarts, and our commitment to giving them the attention they deserve to be a property owner in the future. It doesn't have to be now. It needs to be when you're ready. Why? Because I wrap up this way, Xavier. Whether you are renting or whether you're owning a property today, you are paying a mortgage. Why shouldn't it be your own mortgage as opposed to your landlord's, right?
Right.
All right. So as I wrap up, let me bring up Xavier's information for all of you who have stayed with us in this live stream, or you are watching this as an on-demand recording. How can you get in touch with Xavier? Because you need a fully attentive broker to start the journey with you and finish your home buying journey. This is how you can look him up. Xavier at RE/MAX Metropolitan. You see the number. So as I wrap up today's live stream, everyone, along the way, if you do need my help working with Xavier to get you to the outcome that you want, because you need to borrow money, you need to source financing, it's really simple. Stay tuned. Here we go. All you need to do is scan this QR code. And then by doing that, you'll have an opportunity by tapping a button or couple to get in touch with me. So Music Posse, play us out. Xavier, thank you for joining me today as the guest in this episode of Buying That House. Music Posse, let's roll.